What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So if you can't tell by the headband on my head, this video is from a little while ago around the Christmas era. I'm just now posting this video because I be like batch making content and stuff, and then like it takes me a second to like actually edit it. Sometimes I'll be forgetting. It's just so many videos I better catch up on. But I'm using this brow muck gel from Made by Mitchell, and it's in the shade Auburn, and this is one of my favorite like brow products. One, because it takes like 2 seconds to like make my brows look good, and also because I love the color. I feel like it really does match my hair at the moment, and that's why I use it the most when it comes to my brows. And then I'm just taking the Thread Beauty concealer, and I'm just cleaning up underneath my brows. This is one of my favorite concealers. I like that the applicator is a little bit bigger because it means that I get like more product, and I don't have to like add that much after like I blend out this area. But yeah, usually when I'm doing my makeup for work, I be rushing. Like I be having like 20 minutes, if that. Really just depends on the day. But I'm taking my Scratch by Cats perfect like eyeshadow base, and I'm just blending it out. If I don't use concealer for like my eyeshadow base, I will use a like eyeshadow base that's usually a little bit closer to my concealer shade. This one's just like slightly off, but it's all good. It doesn't really matter that much for me. And I'm just setting the eyeshadow base because I need to make sure that it's like set, because if I don't, my eyeshadow's gonna look crazy. I'm just not one of those girlies that can just like put shadow right on top of the concealer. It does not work like that for me. And then this is one of my first times using the Made by Mitchell the Made by Mitchell graffiti blush palette. Oh my god, girl, the graffiti palette eyeshadow palette from Made by Mitchell, and I feel like the colors are pretty good. This is from like forever ago, so I have used this a couple more times. I actually like broke the thing, but like it's all good or whatever. I like broke the front part of it off, but she's still working, you know. And when it comes to eyeshadow, I like to like pat it on just to make sure I can get that eyeshadow color as pigmented as possible. And I do want to apologize for the light. I don't really like using like lights. I usually just love doing like natural lighting and stuff, but I can do that because it was dark. But yeah, I just took that darker green and just blended it closer to my crease just to create some sort of dimension. I really didn't have that much time to go and do like my actual like normal eyeshadow technique, but this was good enough, honestly. And yeah, I'm just using a fluffy brush just to blend it and trying to focus it all over like my crease and like my actual eyelid area, just so like I don't have to add any other shadow over there. And then I just took this light work palette from Vanessa Myers Beauty. I love this palette. This is like the magnetic one. The shimmers in here are so freaking beautiful, like worth every single penny. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I just like literally use my finger to apply it all over my lid. And I'm just taking that darker color just to blend around it, just to make it a little bit more seamless and not too like harsh. And I'm taking my super precise eyeliner from Essence Cosmetics, and I'm lining my top lash line. This is something I do with almost all of my makeup looks. Like, yeah, for real, honestly, I do with all my makeup looks, even my no makeup looks, because I feel like this helps my natural lashes blend in well with my like fake lashes I apply. That way, like I can kind of see and like cover up any mistakes. Like this look what it is like. But the black liner does make it look a little bit better with my black lash glue that's on my lashes. And I'm just taking the Amicola mascara and I'm just applying it all over my top lashes. So now I'm going to clean up above my brows, and I like to use the Bulk Balm from Made by Mitchell in the shade BB17. Like, it's really honestly close to my skin tone color. I probably could use this as like a foundation if I just ever really wanted to, but I will not be doing that because I feel like it's just not made for that. But if I had to, I could do it. And then I'm just putting it on my foundation, and I'm just blending it out. I usually like to use a denser brush for my foundation. That way I can try and get as much pigmentation as possible in all the areas and make sure it looks saturated and you don't see my skin through or anything. But I was in a rush. Like, when it comes to me doing my makeup, like in the morning, half the time I don't be want to do my makeup because I would rather be in the bed. But some days I'm just like, you know what, I want to do my makeup, I want to look cute. And yeah, I do be looking cute, and I just feel like those days when I do my makeup, life is so much just better. It's just so much better just because I have my makeup done. Because me and makeup go hand in hand. That's my bestie right there. Now I'm taking my concealer, the same concealer I used to clean up underneath my eyebrows, and I'm just adding this all over my face to highlight my face. And sometimes, depending on like how much time I do or how much time I have, sometimes I'll just add concealer like underneath my eyes and then like on my nose and my chin, and that'll be it, depending on like, you know, what I gotta do. But I was like, okay, you know, I have a little bit of time to do my full like concealer like method, so that's what I decided to do. And I'm just blending it out with a dense brush that's not too big, that way like the application can actually like be targeted a little bit more, so that I don't have concealer all over my face. And then what I do after I blend out my concealer, I like to go in with my foundation brush and just blend around the edges, that way it doesn't look like such a stark difference and it can look a little bit more seamless. So like I said, I am going back in with my foundation brush, and usually I just like to go underneath it, like when it comes to my like cheekbones, and then I go underneath my eye and like the like sides of it. I feel like you can tell like as I do it, and then I go on my nose a little bit, but especially on my forehead, that way it doesn't look like crazy. And then I'm taking my Power Bronzer from the Eyeshadow Beauty, and this is probably one of my most used bronzers. Like I'm about to hit pan in it, and I'm so excited because I love when I hit pan with my products, because I'm like, yes, I love it that much that I'm like almost out of it. And she's really actually cute. Like I feel like it doesn't take too much to apply her, and she is pigmented. This is the deep shade, and yeah, I just blend it out with a denser like foundation brush, not foundation brush, but it's like angled, and this is from Made by Mitchell, and that's probably like one of my most used brushes. Like I always use it whenever I'm like blending out my bronzer slash contour, and I just use a like eyeshadow brush to like bronze my nose and blend it out that way. And I like to take my hydrating setting spray and spray my entire face after I use like my foundation and stuff and before I set it. And then I'm just setting my face with the She's Alive translucent powder that I use to set my eyeshadow base, and I'm just going in all those areas that I use concealer to highlight my face, and just making sure that all of that is set with this translucent powder. And then after I set it with the translucent powder, you will see me go in with a skin tone like color powder, and I like to do that just to make sure that my entire face is set and I'm not leaving anything out and about. And this powder is from Amico. This is a Skin Melt Loose powder in the deep, I think it's deep rich, but yeah, I just used a big ass brush. Like this is the Japanese brush, and this is one of my favorite brushes, and I got it from like Marshalls or like TJ Maxx. I like it was from TJ Maxx, I don't know, but it's been a good minute, but that's where I usually would find those brushes, from there. And then I'm just using a like powder angled brush to bronze my face and make sure I go over every single area that I had that bronzer on earlier, and I cannot forget to bronze or like contour my nose. And then I just go back in with that foundation like setting powder like brush and just make sure I blend it all out, and then set my face once again with that hydrating setting spray. I set my face with hydrating setting spray like at least like 3 times when I do my makeup. Now I'm taking one of the Yummy Skin and Blurring Balm Flush shades. I believe this is Golden Hour, and it's from the Eyeshadow Beauty, and I love this because these products do dry down like kind of matte, but I will always set it because I'm just one of those people. Like I always set my blush, like my contour, my bronzer, my foundation, concealer, all that stuff. Like I just have to. And then to make my eyeshadow like look a little bit more seamless, I'm going underneath my eyes with the same colors I used above my eyes, just to like, you know, drag it in and like doesn't look like my eyeshadow just stops, because I don't know, I feel like that's just like something that I picked up within the last year, and it's something that like I always do, even when I'm just using like bronzer like on top of my like eyes, like in my crease. I will usually just put the bronzer underneath my eyes too, just to make it like look put together. And then now I'm going in with my liquid lock setting spray from Made by Mitchell, making sure I set my entire face. And then I wanted to use this like drip like liquid like highlighter. When I tell y'all this stuff is pigmented, so pigmented. Like, you do not need a lot. Like, and I didn't even put that much on there, and I feel like it was just like still like bam, bitch. Like, you gonna see her. Like, you can see that highlight from a mile away, baby. But you know, she's cute. But I usually just use those like highlighters when, like, I use this specific highlighter usually when I'm going for like something that's not as warm of a makeup look, if that makes sense, because I love a good like a bluish purple iridescent like highlighter shade. But this one was also cute. And then I have to draw my moles all I draw my moles all back on, and then I'm going to put some lash glue on my lashes, and then I put them on, and I'm like in a rush a little bit, and then I set my face with like a sealing spray. So that was the Ben Nye Final Seal, and I just used that to make sure that my base and like my makeup looks good throughout the day, because baby, I cannot have my makeup looking sideways while I'm at work, because one of them kids gonna check me and I'ma cry. But yeah, I'm just putting on my lashes, and then this is what we look like. And then I put my lip on when I got to work. But I love y'all so much, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.